how to convert a decimal into a fraction. So as you can see here, we have a decimal 0.3, and you may be wondering how are we going to convert this into a fraction. So first, what we could do, we could put a 1 under here. So there's always going to be 1 under, like I said in my past videos. And what we're going to do, we're going to times the top and the bottom both by 10, because this is in the 10th place. So it goes like right here, and this is the 10th. So we times it by 10. So 0.3 times 10 equals 3. Oh, 3, that's kind of sloppy 3, but anyways. And 1 times 10 equals 10. So the fraction, the decimal then becomes the fraction 3/10. Okay, for this next example, it's 0.36 over 1, because we already put the 1 right there, because originally it's 0.36. And now we're going to times this by 100, because it's in the hundredths place, as you can see. So we times it by 100. So then 36 times 100, 0.36 times 100 is 36, and 1 times 100 is 100. And then we could still reduce this to make it smaller. So we could do that by dividing it by 4, and also divide this side by 4, which then becomes 9 over 25. All right, chat, for this next example, it's going to be a little bit different. 3.75 over, so we put the over 1 and we times it by 100, because as you can see, it's still in the hundredths place. The 5 is in the hundredths place. So then once we times it by 100, 3.75 becomes 375, and 1 times 100 is 100. But you can make this smaller, so you're going to want to divide both sides by 5, and then you get 75 over 20. But you could still make that smaller if you just actually divide it one more time by 5, because 5 goes into both of them still, which then equals 15 over 4. It's 15 over 4. So yeah, as you can see, we got 3.75, and the fraction of it is 15 over 4. Alright, and our last example is going to be 0.284. So we put the 1 beneath it, and it's in the thousands place, if you see right here. So you times it by 1,000 now. You times both by 1,000. So if you times 0.284, you then get 284 over 1,000, because 1 times 1,000 is 1,000. And you can make this smaller, so you just divide both sides by 2, which then you get 142 over 500. However, you can still reduce that smaller if you divide it by 2 again. So divide it by 2 again, and you get 71 over 250. So that's the most you can simplify it. And yeah, hopefully you learned something new. And thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next one.